Hi guys, it's Fana, and thank you so much for watching. Today I am doing a collab with Pastel Berrie, or Kimberly, here on YouTube. She approached me back in April about doing a collaboration, and we decided to do a 3-word challenge. Basically, that means that I chose 3 words for her to combine to make a doll, and she chose 3 words for me. The words I gave her were nightlight, crystals, and superhero, so go check out her video to see how she made this gorgeous doll. I'll make sure that everything is in the description below so that you can find her super easily and see her wonderful works. The 3 words that Kimberly gave me were Moonlight, Sorry, and Ghost. Since saris are a traditional South Asian outfit, I started looking up Indian folklore for ghosts, and I ended up stumbling across a creature called a Bhoot. Most of my information is coming from Wikipedia, so I am sorry if not all of this is correct. I tried my best. A Bhoot is a ghost in pure white that looks like a normal human, but its feet doesn't touch the ground. And not only that, but the feet are backwards. When designing this doll, I thought it'd be super cool to make her completely white, so I chose a Spectre doll from the Monster High line. Yes, I know. That's the obvious choice because it's a ghost doll. But honestly, the fading on her hands and feet worked too well not to use it, and hey, don't fix what isn't broken. I first took off the factory paint with 100% acetone, or nail polish remover, and I cut off the factory hair. To incorporate Kimberly's Moonlight prompt, I ordered some glow-in-the-dark doll hair from the Doll Planet on Etsy. It's really strange texture, but honestly, it's much easier to reroute because the strands kind of clump together, unlike normal nylon hair, which is super slippery and I always have a very difficult time working with. To get the glow-in-the-dark effect, the hair has to sit in the sun for a while, but honestly, I have had the hair charging for over 24 hours at a time, and I found that it only glows for 10 minutes tops, which is a little disappointing. After the reroute, I made sure to secure the plugs by swirling around some glue inside the head and waiting to make sure that it dried. For the face, I sprayed the doll twice with Mr. Super Clear, like I always do, but for some reason, one half of the face refused to take to it. The other half was fine, so maybe it was a problem with the actual factory mold plastic, because even after several more layers, the MSC it wouldn't work on just that side of the face, although it worked completely fine on the other half. So that was frustrating, but instead of usually using watercolor pencils like I normally do, I had to rely on acrylic paint for most of this face up. I did add some super faint blushing in pink, but I wanted to keep the Bhoot as pure white as possible, except for some blood red lips and a bindi, which is the mark in the middle of the forehead, to mark her more as being part of Indian folklore. The lips are bright red because apparently if you drink milk that has been contaminated with Bhoot blood, then the ghost can then possess you. I don't know why it has to be milk, but that's what Mr. Wikipedia said. Her eyes I wanted to keep super spooky, so they are a super pale pink as well, half hooded and just creepy all around. Every time I wanted to save my progress, I fought some more with MSC. It would seal things, just not make them rough. So that was better than nothing. I painted some false lashes white, but then I decided that it covered up the eyes a little bit too much, and I just liked her better without them. The face is all done now. The feet mods were pretty easy. I wanted to try and cut her feet off before the clear gradient, so I used my little hacksaw and just simply flipped the feet to face behind her. I secured it with hot glue and epoxy sculpt, smoothing everything out so that there wouldn't be any weird transitions. But I painted a few layers of watered down white acrylic paint on it, and ta-da! Now she's a Bhoot and not just a ghost. The outfit was by far the hardest part of the doll. Actually, in the middle of the progress, my roommate came in to check on me to see how I was doing, and I think she saw a feral look in my eye while I was working on this, because when she came in, she saw me and then just slowly backed away. I made sure to apologize afterwards, after I had finished the outfit. I had this super sheer iridescent fabric that I wanted to use, but looking back, it was way too stiff of a fabric. The sari, it's a long strip of fabric that is pleated and wrapped and tucked around a top and a skirt. Traditionally, it is floor length, but it was more important to me that you see the feet because that's what makes it a boot, so I ended up shortening the sari. I sewed on some ribbon that I had purchased along one length of the sari and then on one of the ends to make a right angle. The loose end of the sari is called a pallu, I believe. I originally was not going to bother with the undergarments, but I discovered that I had to at least make the skirt because I had to sew the sari to the doll. I tried multiple times to follow several tutorials that I linked the one that I use the most down below, but yeah, I tried. I'm a good trier. I hope that you can get the impression that it's a sorry because apparently Mr. Google says that there's over 80 ways to wrap a sorry, but I can tell you that this definitely isn't one of them. I did not record the dressing process of the doll because I would have lost my mind. That's when my roommate came in. But at last it was on her and I decided to glue on some little pearls for more details. The very last thing that I wanted to do was to create a custom base for my doll, which I think is the first time that I've done this. I felt like the glow-in-the-dark hair didn't quite fulfill the Moonlight prompt as much as I wanted it to, so I combined a random base bottom that I had with the floating haunted line base. I primed everything in white before attempting to create a moon using some more acrylic paint. And I think from far away you can see that it's a moon. I mixed together some glow-in-the-dark paint with some clear glitter paint in the hopes that the base would glow in the dark as well, but sadly no dice. Anyway, she is all done. I want to thank Pastel Berrie so much for doing this collab with me. I think this was my first collaboration with a YouTube doll artist, so that's very exciting. Please be sure to go check out Kimberly's doll based on the words I gave her. I hope you guys also liked what I came up with by combining Moonlight, Sorry, and Ghost. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Please be sure to check out my Instagram, especially in the story, for whips and other shenanigans. I hope you have a phenomenal day and keep being extraordinary. Bye!